Hello and welcome to Rock Your Block. I'm Tia Young, your host. Our special guests today are from Jeb Stuart High School in Falls Church, Virginia. They're high school seniors who are excited about graduating and moving closer into full adulthood. Please join me in welcoming Miss Stacy, Lacy, and Mr. Elijah Robinson. Hi guys, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Good, good. So you're graduating seniors.
Yeah. It's about time.
To make it come any faster.
I know.
Well, in less than 3 months, of course, you guys will be graduating from high school and transitioning into a totally new and exciting life. Are you excited about it? Are you a little apprehensive? Are you ready to leave high school?
I'm excited, but I don't know if I'm ready. But I guess it's the same for all of us, right?
Yeah, like I'm excited. I want to go out and see what life really has for me, especially college life. I don't want to be on my own, but I'm excited and I'm scared, but I have to like mentally prepare myself. Like I know I'm going to be okay.
You're going to be okay. That's good.
Yeah.
And Elijah, you said that, you know, you are apprehensive a little bit, but you're moving, you know, out of that. What are some of the things that you're apprehensive about?
Could you explain?
Well, I mean, what are the things that you feel you might run into that you're not sure about?
I don't know. That's life. You don't really know what you'll run into. It's just, I guess it's one of life's greatest surprises. You know, you don't really know. But just hopefully when I do encounter something an obstacle, I know how to get around it or, you know, not crash into it too hard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you something about parents, because as parents, sometimes we have a hard time letting go, you know, and so are you finding that your parents are maybe treating you a little bit differently, giving you more responsibility, or do you feel like they're still, you know, kind of hovering and, oh, you know, oh, my baby is going out into this mean, cruel world? How do you feel about that?
Well, my mom, she, like, if I want to go out with my friends or whatever, it's not necessarily a good idea to just go out at like 9 and come back at 3 a.m. Although that's what like college life is about. You're going to go out and party, and like you can't, your parents can't monitor you when you're away. And my mom's like, I have to trust you, you know, I have to trust you to make the right decision. And she can't be but so worried about me. She can be worried now. Of course, I'm still at home, but once I go, she's like, I have to trust your instinct, even though I'm going to be worried. I can't call on you and check up on you, even if I want to. Like, I have to trust you to make your own decision, like the right decision.
Does that make you feel good? Or, I mean, do you feel good
about
that?
It does, but I mean, I know in my mind I'm going to do the right decision, even though there's influences and stuff like that. I know in my heart, okay, I'm going to go back home, and like I don't want my mom to see me this way or that way or whatever. So I have to trust my instinct to do the right thing, right, to like make my mom proud, to make her happy. I don't want her to just sit there and be worried about what I'm doing, right, and stuff like that.
Well, that's good. Elijah, what about you? Do you feel like your parents are still babying you, or do you feel that they're letting you go?
Not really, because I think like, I mean, like they're going to anyway, because you know I'm their child, you know, like, and things happen in the world, you know, bad things, good things. Most of the time we see the bad things that happen in the world, which scares parents because they don't want to see their child, you know, in a casket, or you know, hear them they're in a car accident or something. Anything can happen. But I think this is what I tell my mom and my folks, like, you kind of forget how you were back in your time, you know, back in when you were younger. Like, maybe you didn't party as hard as most kids do nowadays, but you still party, you know, like maybe you didn't get drunk, but you know, you probably had like a sip of something. And
a sip of something.
Yeah.
Something, you know.
A little something, okay.
Like a little beer or something, I don't know. But I think like you have to trust in your child that what you taught them since day one, that they know what to do, what not to do, common sense, and trust your friends, trust in yourself, and don't let anybody like, you know, control you. Like, yeah, you know, you're your own person.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, you know, college is going to be quite different from high school, because like right now you have teachers that are monitoring you, and you know, if you don't do so well on a test, or if it looks like a bad pattern is starting, a teacher will usually contact the parent or guardian to say, okay, you know, we need to do something. But when you go to college, it's not going to be like that. You're going to be totally on your own.
Well,
so how do you feel about that?
Don't you get to like create your own schedule in a way?
To my knowledge, once you're a freshman in college, like you have the like specific criteria, like you have to have your math and your science and your, I guess, English and maybe some electives, but as far as I'm concerned, after your first year, you can create your own schedule. You can have morning classes or like afternoon classes, night classes, and then you can maybe have, you're not gonna have like, how many classes do we have? Like 4 or 5 classes a day. You might have 1 or 2.
Right.
Like maybe 1 in the morning.
And also, like, it's
one in the
sometimes,
afternoon.
like, I guess when it comes to some people, like, I guess you're around, in high school, you're around people that you don't really care about or don't really
care
like.
For, or care for.
Exactly.
Or care for.
So, like, and, you know, there's always distractions in your class. And I think once they hit college, they're like, okay, I know this will help me get to my main goal. So that means, like, they'll probably buckle down more than they did in high school because, you know, there's not distractions, there's not the class clown or teach us to stop every 2 seconds to like give a speech on why doing your homework is very important, you know, like.
I mean, there's probably some like kids who do that, like they're just foolish, but
then
of course
the
the
professors
professors
kick them out.
Yeah,
you know?
they don't have time for that, and you're in college for a reason. Like you made it. You don't have time to be foolish and just kind of like, oh, I'm here, so okay,
like, you know,
I made
you
made my parents proud or whatever. I'm here, so now I can just do what I want. I mean, you can, but you have to make the right decisions because you're there for a reason.
Well, do you either of you plan to work part-time? I remember when I was in college, there were kids that were on a work study. Some of them were on the work study plan, and others just had, you know, they went out and found little jobs, part-time jobs to help out.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's so expensive.
It is, you know, and I'm not rich at all. I wish I was. But, you know,
I wish we had money, but.
Are you guys applying for scholarships and trying to see if you can get money to help out?
We are, and it is very difficult. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's possible, you know. And there's a lot of scholarships out there, and you know, I'm going to apply to each and every one, even though if I may only get 2. 2 is better than none. No,
yeah, because I was talking to my one of the teachers at Stewart. Her name is Miss Fox. I think she's an avid teacher as well, and I was asking her about my FAFSA and all that other stuff. And especially about scholarships, because she was like, I can't be picky about scholarships because I was just trying to find the scholarships that didn't have essays, or if it's not essays, it just wanted personal statements, and like everybody, you know, can say anything about themselves, but once you actually get there, like, oh, what is there so great about me? You know, you just kind of have to like go with it. But she was telling me I can't be so picky with scholarships because like you can apply to at least 1,000, 1,000,000 if you want, and you might only get 2 or 3 of them, so you can't like.
You mentioned is it FAFSA?
Yeah, FAFSA.
What is FAFSA?
I think it's federal. Let me see, federal.
Just what does it do?
It's
does it
like
help with the scholarship?
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to. We know what it is.
Yeah,
but it's hard to
explain. Like I don't really remember what FAFSA stands. It stands for Federal Student Aid something, but it's basically to help you out with scholarships and what money you can get back, because if you enter your income and your jobs, like your W-2 and W-4 forms and stuff like that, they process it and eventually you'll get, you know, money back. Like the FAFSA will give you money. Like,
is this money you have to pay back, or is it more like
I don't think so.
scholarship?
It's more like a scholarship type thing, And like this, like if you're a Virginia resident, you get so much back from FAFSA.
Like you live with your parents, or are you like an independent or something?
And it depends on your family's income as well.
So what do you guys plan to do the summer? You know, pretty soon you'll be out. Are you gonna stay focused on
every weekday will be a weekend for me?
No,
of course no. I mean, like that's more to life than just partying all the time. I don't know how people can do that 24/7.
Yeah, and some people that are still in school, they party every weekend. Like it could be the middle of.
Is this in high school?
Yes.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not people at our school. I'm pretty sure they do that too. But it's people at other schools. They party every
people that we know or we used to know. And just my thing is like, how do you stay focused during school? How do you get your homework? Like there's more to life than just partying and getting drunk. I mean, like
it's not.
It's just more.
They said partying and getting drunk. So a lot of kids in high school, or maybe not a lot, but some kids are partying.
Yeah, they do that all
drunk.
the time. Like like some people, they go out on
This is
Friday.
intriguing. I'm really getting a lesson here.
It's like Friday. Yeah.
Like, you know, like no one lived like a little bit partying back in.
Well, you know, in high school, as I can recall, which was 100 years ago, our parents pretty much stayed. It wasn't just your parents that stayed on you. It was the village. It was the whole neighborhood.
Right.
I mean, everybody. You couldn't do anything because the neighbor next door and across the street and, you know, the teachers.
Are you sure
and
they applied to
they
everyone?
told your parents on. I mean, if you just looked the wrong way,
Yeah.
your mother got a telephone call. So
Yeah.
I think we didn't have perhaps some of the freedoms. You know, maybe
Yeah.
even the trust in our parents,
I
like
mean,
you guys
yeah,
did.
my mom, what she was telling me, she would go out with her friends and stuff like that, and like, cause they would be working, and now for us, it's more of a matter of transportation. Like, how are we gonna get there? How are we gonna get back? But
Yes.
my mom, she was just like, they took the metro. They weren't worried about who's driving, who's not driving. As long as you had a group of friends that were willing to go, there you go. Just go to the metro to and from.
Yeah, but the metro like stops around 12 o'clock, right?
I mean, now it does, but back then, I'm not really sure.
What about
but-
curfews? What is the average curfew for a teenager these days?
Well, I guess where I live, like I don't come home at like after, but like I didn't come home like, you know, around 12. No,
Yeah,
like like
no.
as long as it's like my family tells them like they trust me, but you know like they may start calling me around like 9 o'clock saying like, where are you? Are you okay? Do you need us to come pick you up? I think, you know, you have to know your child. It all goes back to what I was saying before. Like you have to know your child and trust that, you know, what you taught them and what you just have to trust him or her.
Basically, what my mom's always telling me, if I go out with my friends, like during the day, she's like, oh, come home before dark or like beat me home, because she usually gets off at 8. So she's always like, beat me home. But if I don't beat her home, I'm just like, Mom, I'm on my way home. Like, you don't have to worry about it. And like some days, like if we do, you know, go out and like there's like functions and stuff like that, she tells me usually like midnight, sometimes like that. And like if I kind of miss that, I'm like, I call her, I'm like, Mom, don't worry, I'm at this place with this person, we'll be home soon.
You'll be home soon.
Yeah.
Well, listen, in my day, we had to walk everywhere. But we are going to take a short station break, and we'll be right back with Jeb Stuart High School seniors, Miss Stacy Lacy and Mr. Elijah Robinson. So don't touch that dial.
Now, Krista, make sure you stay with her the whole time. She's new to the country. This is her first day. This is a brand new country. It's a whole different culture.
Gonna be okay.
Now, make sure you stay with her the whole time. I'll be here right after school to pick you up.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ignore my mom. She's so annoying. She's totally freaking out about this whole thing. She freaks out about everything. She always does that. Ugh. Ignore my mom. So, you ready for your first day in the wicked castle of doom? I mean, like, seriously, it's so boring. I don't know how they could put us through this, like, every single day. How many schools do you have in your village? None.
Hi, we're back, and you're watching Rock Your Block. We have high school seniors Elijah Robinson and Stacy Lacy with us today. And we're going to finish our discussion. We haven't talked a lot about academics and, you know, what type of concentrations you plan to work on in college. So let's start with ladies first. Stacy,
Okay.
what are you going to be majoring in when you go to school?
I want to major in psychology. I want to be a counseling therapist. Like, I want to work with people, like not necessarily children based, but more like adults. Not like a marriage counselor. More just like family issues. More say. I wanted at one point to be a geologist as well, but my mom was like, "There's no money in it, and you don't like to get your nails dirty, so and rocks are boring." So it's like, okay. And then I wanted to do astronomy, and then I was just like, that's a lot to work with, like space and all that stuff, because I might just go crazy, because it's just a lot to take in. And by being I take psychology now, and it's really interesting it's not necessarily messing with people's minds, but like more to try to figure out why they do the things they do with their behavior.
That's right.
Yeah, and plus you make a lot of money in it too, if you're good in the field.
Well, how many years do you think? Will that be more than 4 years, or do you
yeah.
think you'll be in school for a while?
Oh yeah, my college visitors for Bridgewater College, when I went there, they were telling me that for the field of psychology, since it's such a broad field, it would be probably 6 to 8 years. And
6 to 8
yeah,
years.
6 to 8 years.
Right.
That's a long
So
time.
that goes back to what you were saying earlier about not fooling around, because time is money and college is very expensive. And so you kind of have to really focus.
Yeah, especially your junior and senior year. I mean, it's not saying that you can like mess around your freshman and sophomore year, but colleges basically look at your junior year, especially the last couple of quarters, and then transition into senior year. That's what they're most concerned about.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not to say they're not concerned about all 4 years, but it's when you really start to focus,
Focusing on
yeah,
your
buckling
major.
down on like junior and senior year.
Elijah, what about you?
What I'm gonna do like after high school?
Yes. What do you plan to study in college?
Nursing. I'm studying nursing, RN nursing.
So this is for RN?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about RN nursing. What kind of nursing is that? What is the difference between being an RN and? Is that one of the higher levels of nursing?
I don't think it's like the higher levels. I think that comes along with you and the like just comes. I'm not explaining this. Like it comes with. God. Like it's not like you just practice for that field and you're just already a chief nurse or higher nurse. It comes with years of experience and knowing, understanding things. But
now you're in a pharmacy program now, right?
Yes.
At school.
Yes.
How is that? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, basically, it's more to it than just counting pills and giving people their prescription. You have to know the drug type, the dosage. There's a lot of math. There's not a lot of math, but there's enough math to have you sit there. Okay, let me just calculate before I give this to the customer. And I found out like a month ago that there are other types of pharmacists, like other branches of it. You know, you're not behind a counter 24/7. I mean, like there's other jobs in that field. You know, you can work in a hospital and you just other places. And we went to one hospital one time. Was I think it was Nova Hospital.
Nova.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh my God. And basically, it was very fun to watch. You know, it really boosted my passion for doing this. You know, just seeing people running back and forth, not running, but like just doing something active, you know, helping people, hands-on things, not just sitting around a counter counting pills all day or talking to people, you know. And I asked one of the ladies, I said, what do I need for me, what do I need, but, you know, to be here? She said, usually we would like people to have a year or two at a retail pharmacy, you know, helping people so you can have a basic understanding of what we do here, you know, like just we want you to come here with experience, you know, not with.
So when you get out of high school this year, if you wanted to get a job in a pharmacy, would you be able to do that based on, you know, what you've learned in high school?
I found out that you can, even without the class that I'm taking now, you can still become a pharmacy technician. And that's what my class is about, being a pharmacy technician, not more so about pharmacists, because, you know, that's another program.
Well, I know back when I was in school 100 years ago, when we got out of high school, you know, some of us went to summer school and started taking, you know, college courses just to kind of help us bridge that gap that first semester in school. Are you planning on doing anything like that? You know, take a writing course or math course or something just to get you started?
Probably a math course,
Yeah.
if anything, because I'm not bad at math, but like it's not my favorite subject, and I have to really strengthen my math part.
Yeah.
You know, everything else is seeming okay. You know, history I can understand. Math is the whole thing about understanding. They like to throw in a new tricky way for you to solve the problems.
And
you know.
letters.
Yes.
Lots of letters.
And lots of letters, yeah.
Yeah,
and
like,
you both are going to need that.
Yeah, I
you know,
mean,
for your
it's not
fields.
that we're bad at math. Like, we're on the same boat. Like, I'm not that great at math. Like, I get it sometimes. It's more of like when I'm at school, like it's too early, and when we both have math, like first or second period, it's too early, and our teacher just wants to either jump into a new subject or, you know, just start a new topic.
And also, like teachers, I don't know about your teacher, but my teacher likes to go kind of fast, and when I take notes, you know, it's kind of hard to keep up because it's like I don't want to slow the whole class down because, you know, time is precious, and I want to move on to the next example, so that way, you know, maybe if I don't understand this one, maybe the second one will help me understand the first one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I have another question. How involved, or maybe I should say, what has been your experience with your school in terms of the guidance department helping you to make, you know, good decisions about your future? Have they been very helpful?
They have, but I think you should really be in their freshmen, like their faces 24/7, be like it will catch up with you. I'm not saying we're not doing bad, but had we known like all this our freshman year, like it would have been such a smooth.
Yeah, because I've had multiple counselors. Like my freshman year, it was this one lady, and then I guess sophomore and junior year, it transitioned to somebody else because of the amount of kids, like the amount of new people, like freshmen coming in, And so this year, I have a totally different counselor, and she's new herself. So, and she's, you know, trying her best to like get me ready for college and stuff like that. It's just that I wish that I either stuck with one counselor throughout, you know, high school, and I would be more like on track about certain things. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you think that the schools should work a little more with freshmen when you first get into high school?
Like freshmen, sophomore,
because they're just coming in high school. Okay, we're here or whatever. We're freshmen. We don't really need to, you know, actually try.
Yeah, you know, really think about it. You like you know, college and senior year is kind of like a long way ahead. You know, like we'll get there, we'll cross the bridge when we get there, but time flies really fast.
It really does. Like I remember my very first day, I was like, okay, I'm here. And like I remember saying, I can't wait to be a senior. And now I'm here. It's just like,
I can't wait to
okay.
leave.
I can't wait to leave.
So I can remember, and I do remember, Elijah, you talking about this, that when you were a freshman, the upperclassmen didn't have very much to do with the freshmen.
Oh, no.
Then I wonder how is it now
same,
with you?
I have nothing to do with them.
Yeah, we don't.
Really?
Like,
no, I mean, like if we don't have class ones to begin with, you know, and that's kind of like the
Can you tell me why that is? You know, why the upperclassmen don't do anything at all to help the freshmen that are coming
I'm not saying that they don't. I mean, like if there's a sport like softball, football, soccer, you know, yes, but
You guys are so mean.
No, it's yeah, like if
It
you
builds
have
character.
like if you have like a sport to do and like they have new like freshmen and stuff like that, like you're gonna help because you're a team.
Yeah.
Any other day in school, oh okay, yeah, he's on, you know, my freshman team. I'm, you know, I'm trying to coach them.
no, because like what are we going to talk about? Like
Yeah,
we
we
have
don't have-
most of them have jobs, trying to apply for colleges, trying to leave school while they're still.
they're new to it.
Yeah, you know, like we're leaving, they're staying, so
Yeah.
that's not much to talk about.
Yeah. Plus, they're kind of like they're not.
They're young.
They're not fully like, I don't want to say mature, but once you get to junior year and senior year, okay, you need to start focusing. They're not. Their minds are
not focused.
somewhere else. Yeah, we're basically focused and stuff like that. And they're
Sorry, freshmen, I tried. Well, we've talked a lot about, you know, there are two things I'm hoping that we can get to before the show ends today, and one is your passion. Can you talk a little bit about what are you passionate about? And we'll start. Let's start with Elijah this time.
No, ladies first.
Ladies first.
Okay, well, I absolutely love to dance. Like not any kind of dance, but like hip hop. I like to do like salsa. I don't really know about waltzing and all that stuff, but it's just more modern day type of dance. Like I've been dancing when I was like 2.
You taking lessons?
Let me see. I think it was when I was 6. I used to go to James Lee Community Center, and we had this thing to do. It was like more of a summer school type thing, like not a daycare, but like something like that. You just go there just like every day before your parents pick you up. and we had this like segment, and we just danced, and I think it was like Aaliyah's song, and it was like back then.
Really cool. That's good.
It was back
That's
then. It was really fun, and then everything.
And Elijah, what about you? What are you passionate about?
A lot of things. But just name one. I love films. Like I could care less about Hollywood, but just what goes on behind the films, what the director was thinking. Just I love movies. Yeah.
Yeah, like 1940s type.
Right.
I love
black
old
and
movies.
white.
Yes.
Black and white movies.
Yeah, she's seen my collection. It's
Black
like,
and white movies.
So what about community activities? Have either of you ever done community work where you've gotten into the community? Stacy, what have you done? We've got about a minute.
Okay.
So.
When I was a sophomore at James Lee as well, we did this program called TAP, which is Teen Action Planning, and we get together with a group of people from either our school or Annandale or Falls Church or whatever. We sit down and we talk about things that are in the teen community, and we did this other program called YADAP, which is like youth something, right. And we talk to kids and talk to parents about like drugs, alcohol, and violence and stuff like that.
Big.
So yeah, so it was like an all day long thing.
And Elijah, what about you? What have you done?
My freshman, sophomore, and even 8th grade year, my uncle Alan and I, we wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and deliver food. It's a share program. The program was named Share, but it was other names. The other names came out the word share. But basically, what it was we would go to a warehouse with other church members from different churches, and we would put food in the basket and pretty much collect the food that we need, and we would give it to the people that need it. And it was probably like a 4 or 5 hour thing once Saturday every month. And so yeah.
We're so grateful that Elijah and Stacy could be with us today. Perhaps they will come back over the summer and give us an update on how their individual visions are coming into fruition. If you have any question about today's show, I would love to hear you. So please email me at skillstorock@gmail.com. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.